Welcome back to the Trucking Truth. Hope you're ready for episode 2. We're back in Ruta's 389 glider here. Got Ruta's Great Dane reefer behind us. My Don't California My Texas sticker on the back. Gotta have that. Really enjoying this truck. We're gonna go pick up some frozen food here in Casper, Wyoming, and we're gonna run it over to Evanston, Wyoming, and we're gonna have a little chat along the way. I love when traffic's super light. I am running Z-Mod's C16 engine pack. I have been getting into the payware mods lately. I have all of John Ruta's, the US trucks anyway. I have his US trailer pack. I've bought now 5 or 6 engine packs from Z-Mods. Also picked up his quarter frame dump trailer that he came out with. I got that drop deck I got off of Bart's website. And out of all of them, I gotta say, I've been more satisfied with the Ruta stuff. The trucks are great. I mean, there's certain things I don't like about the 362 cab over and the Classic, to be honest. The right side mirror for the Classic, something's off about that mirror. It's not just that you got the blockage there from the window post, but it's like the FOV in that mirror is off compared to all the other trucks. Or it could just be me. His trailer pack, probably the best value thing I've bought so far as buying mods. Because you get the Great Dane reefer, which we're pulling here. You get his Manic flatbed. You get a tanker. And you get a hopper. And you get a lowboy. For $25. Can't beat that. Not in the world of payware mods. We have arrived at our pickup. It's a little different trying to play this and talk at the same time, I gotta say. Ooh, this parking lot isn't very big now, is it? Yeah, we're gonna take some frozen food over to Evanston. Where? And of course, they want me there. Well, let's get turned around. Cool. Go right up the ramp. There you go. As you can see, when you stretch your truck out, you sometimes have a hell of a time getting in and out of these shippers and receivers. Who thinks we're going to put it right in the hole? Come on now. Have faith in me. And we might have could have, but I'd rather just pull on up here. And get it done. And see, that's another thing, some weird stuff about this game. Like, we should be backing to a dock. We're picking up frozen food. And I guess they're going to come outside and load us from the ground level. But yeah, the Ruta stuff is great. Bart's drop deck. Just like Ruta's flatbed, could use a little more load variety. The biggest difference is Bart's drop deck, the landing gear and all isn't animated, where it is on Ruta's, where if you connect the trailer, like right here, if you watch my landing gear back there, it's as if somebody got out and did that. And I gotta bump the fifth wheel, or the kingpin. There we go. Hook it back up. See, Bart's trailer doesn't do that, but I know he just did an update to his Great Dane Everest trailer, and that was part of the update, so I'm hoping eventually he'll get around to updating that drop deck. The quarter frame dump trailer I bought from Z Mods A little disappointed in it. I mean, it's just a quarter frame dump. Paid $25 for it, which I feel was too much. And then it's a dump trailer, and he's got two length choices. One is like 26 feet or 23 feet. It's extremely short. And your other option is 53 feet. There aren't very many 53-foot dump trailers out there on the highway. So I'm hoping eventually through an update we'll get a little more variety in lengths. I would like to see a little more in customization options. And when it's loaded, the tarp is over it like it's supposed to be when it's loaded. But when you're empty, the tarp just disappears. It's not rolled up to one side or anything like that. That could use an update. But I'm sure with Z mods, it'll get there. It'll get there. I love his engine packs. Everything but the C15 6NZ. Or no. Yeah. I think it's the C15. Not a fan of it. You can't. The last, well, not the first episode of this, but the video on my channel just before that was this truck pulling Bart's drop deck. Go listen to that video. You could barely tell that that truck's even running. It is so quiet. And then the Jake is super quiet. I don't know what happened to that engine pack, why it came out the way it did, if maybe it was just his choice in doing it that way, but it's not very good. Now the C16, which is what we're running here, I love it. Absolutely love it. The Cummins N14 engine pack, absolutely love it. A bit loud though, I kind of feel on that one. It's like the opposite. Like you could tone that Jake down just a bit. The engine you could leave like it is. The Cummins Big Cam, the shit, can't even think of what that other one is, from the Smokey and the Bandit truck. If you go on his website, you'll see it. But they sound great. This game without all these mods, by the way, I mean, it is what it is. If you've ever actually driven a truck, when you first play this, you're going to be like, this is garbage. What the hell is this? Because the way the truck reacts, the way it feels, stock straight out of the box, as the developers intended, not very good. The transmissions are horrible. The gear ratios are horrible. It's just not very good. Now, the second you start throwing mods in this game, oh, it gets so much better. Could I enjoy this game with zero mods? No, I could not. I'm not gonna lie. If it was set to where I couldn't use a single mod and just had to run the vanilla game, I would never play it. because the engines sound like crap. The way the trucks shift, the way it's all crap. Thank God for modders. But, I mean, it is a simulator where, they're basically, going state by state. I do believe Texas is next on the release. Can't wait for that. I'd like to, honestly, as much as I can't wait for Texas, I'd like to see a big update before that with a lot of changes. Just quality of life changes. Like, I run with the fatigue simulation turned off, because it is set up to where after so many hours of driving, your guy will start yawning, letting you know he needs to sleep. If you keep going, after a while, your guy will start blacking out, where the screen just goes black, and it could stay black for a half a second. I've seen it stay black for what felt like a minute as you're driving, and suddenly you can't see. So it's basically making you pull over and rest. The only problem with that is then you have to find a designated spot where you can rest. You can't just park anywhere and say, okay, I'm going to go to sleep here. And they need to fix that, because I'm in a truck. I have a sleeper. If I so choose, I should be able to pull over right here on this shoulder, or even off in the gravel there, and rest my driver. Because the problem with those designated spaces, if you look at my map in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there, see those little blue boxes in the middle, and then there's one way up there to the left? Those are little designated rest areas. You can see 2 in that entire little map there. Sometimes you don't see any. That's a problem when it's set up to where your driver is blacking out from being too tired. And then you have to drive that way to try to get to a designated rest spot. Could you imagine if trucking really worked that way? And that would be a little change. Just a nice quality of life change. By the way, nothing controversial or too upsetting in this video either. I figured I'd let a few videos get out there and start to populate before I start going and getting myself banned off of YouTube. Coming into Rollins here. That guy didn't look too happy to be broke down, did he? And see, like right there, that little bit of lag that you saw. I know people who's been watching these gameplay videos have seen it. Nothing I can do about it. It's the game. I have tried and tried, but all I have to do is go over to the forums, and then I'm reminded that it's not my system, it's not my graphics card, because it's basically everybody's problem. I'm hoping when they update to DirectX 12, things get better. We'll see. I still love playing this though. I don't care how many textures pop and flicker or how many shadows wobble. It's just relaxing. It's my little escape from all the bullshit, all the craziness, all the COVID talk. Doesn't matter when I sit at my wheel and play this game. And you know, now that I can talk on here, I really hate the AI. They suck. They do stupid shit. Stupid shit. So they could work on the AI a little more too. Actually, quite a bit more. Set our cruise control. And we can ride, Clyde. I love coming through Wyoming. It's one of my favorite states. Mostly it's the high speed limits, the more openness. The roads are a little better designed. I've noticed as SCS goes and keeps adding states, they just get better and better. They are starting to rework California, and they're going to rework some of those older states. That's why you don't see a lot of videos of mine. California, New Mexico, Arizona. They're just older states. They're not as enjoyable to drive. A lot of the shippers and receivers are extremely difficult to get in and out of, or try to get parked once you're in there. Where the newer states that they've done, the roads are better, a little more well designed. The shippers and receivers are generally a little larger, a little more room to maneuver. And no one wants to go to California anyway. I mean, who wants to go do 55 everywhere? And of course I could speed, but what would be the point of that? Just to speed everywhere. Then it's less of a trucking simulator and just a dickhead simulator at that point. You want to be honest. And like I said, I do play some other stuff. I like Insurgency Sandstorm. Assetto Corsa. I still play Wreckfest from time to time. And like everybody else who got fooled, I actually thought Battlefield 2042 was going to be worth a shit, and it wasn't. And I gotta be honest, right now there's really nothing even on my radar that's to be released in the future that's really got me excited in any kind of way. I mean, there's nothing. So for those out there that don't game, but you sit back, recently, and you go, damn, movies suck now. What the hell? And you go, damn, music sucks now. What the hell? Just know for gamers, we're like, damn, games suck now. What the hell? It's across the board. It's kind of crazy how quickly everything has devolved. In such a short period of time, too. Come on, people. Speed limit's 80. And yes, there's a reason I didn't just blow by them, because their little cars, their stupid AI, and the second I'd have hit that left lane, that van up there holding everybody up here, he would have took off. That convertible would have took off. And I'd have been just out there in the left lane looking like an idiot. So this simulator, you want to get down to brass tacks, it simulates more than you think. Because that happens on the road, I guarantee you. It used to happen to me. People cannot stand to get passed by a big truck. And these AI can't do it either. It's something in them. If a big truck passes them, they have to speed up. And I do miss the road. But in all honesty, even if my health was in a place where I could still be on the road, I probably wouldn't. The trucking changed so much, so rapidly in the time I was out there. And none of the changes were for the better. And it's sad. And a lot of people don't realize this. So for anyone out there who just has no experience whatsoever with the industry, there are people out there in some of these company trucks, like Swift, JB Hunt, Schneider, that make nothing. And am I saying their paycheck is zero? No. But what I'm saying is, let's say they make $500 a week bring home. That's nothing. That's nothing. And I'm sure somebody out there right now watching this is screaming, I make $500 a week bring home. Yeah, good for you. These four-wheelers are not going to let me over. Well, nope. Mr. Chrysler, you can wait. But anyway, yeah, you make $500 a week bring home. Good for you. You also get to sleep in your bed every night. Think about that. You get to see friends and family members every day. That trucker out there, he don't get that. No. He gets to sleep in his bed, if he's lucky, twice a month. And that's if he's lucky. Especially as a company driver for the companies I just told you. Ooh. Twice a month is a wet dream for them guys. So imagine having to live in a truck on the road for weeks at a time for $500 a week bring home. Man, that's a hard sell. And there are guys that do it. And yeah, there are guys that make way more than that. Way more than that. There are guys out there just murdering it. But that's not the vast majority. And the next time a big truck's in front of you slowing you down, being in your way, getting on your nerves, just relax and think, man, this guy, this could be his 8th straight hour of driving today. He's went through 8 hours of being cut off, being brake checked, you name it, it happens to you constantly out there. You know, cut him some slack. You know, yeah, he's slow. He's in a truck. Everybody, I think it's so funny because I've known so many people, these damn big trucks, they're slow and in the way. The problem is they're slow. No, it's not. Because I assure you, you do not want these 80,000-pound bullets going any faster than they already can. You don't want that. Oh, God. Gotta go park at the end. But yeah, I assure you, you don't want that. Nobody wants that. So yeah, they're slow. But you gotta think about why. And just the fact that 80,000 pounds, you know, you're not exactly light at that point. You're not exactly winning any drag races. You know, I don't reckon there's ever been a top fuel dragster who said, well, you know what would help us? If we added 79,000 pounds to the car. And besides, some of y'all are really probably going to hate truck drivers here real soon. Because I got news for you. A strike is coming. The convoy thing, you know, we just saw in Canada. That's not by itself going to do anything. Even if they convoy here in the U.S. and go to D.C., it's not going to do anything. Just park the trucks. Go home. Shut it down. Take the key out. You'll do more doing that than anything else. Just shut it down. And I'm hearing rumblings of that happening. And not just truckers, neither. Farmers also. So, pay attention, people. Do they want me in between the... Oh, okay, I'm at the end. That's what I thought. Excuse me for that. But you're probably going to hear that from time to time too. And I did just have COVID. So there's that. But hey, survived it. Still here. And to be honest with you, overall, COVID wasn't that bad. But I will say this. I could definitely tell it was COVID when it set in. I've never had what felt like the onset of flu symptoms come on so hard and so fast. To where I woke up feeling fine. And before the afternoon was here, I thought I was dying. But then continued to get better every day from that point. Like the first day was definitely the worst day. And then, you know, I didn't even have that bad a cough. Most of my problem was just a lot of drainage. A lot of soreness, aches and pains here and there. And one thing I don't think people talk about enough was peeing out your butthole gonna happen with COVID. And it's gonna happen probably for 4 or 5 days. Just get used to it. It's always fun to pee out the old butthole, ain't it? But this is it. It's time to get empty. We did it. Another trip in the books. So until next time, keep trucking.